Hey there, I'm Joe Carter. If you've ever popped the hood and thought, where do I even start? You're in good company. Around here, we take the mystery out of car repair, one fix at a time. Whether you're a beginner or just looking to sharpen your skills, there's something here for you. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're into learning without the headaches. All right, that's enough from me. Let's get into it.
Diagnosis before buying and replacing the ball bearings. Make sure that it is this element of the suspension that provokes extraneous sounds when driving over bumps. If you do not know how to correctly identify the failure of the ball bearing and other suspension components, familiarize yourself with the basic methods of diagnostics of the chassis of the car. In order to check the ball bearing, you will use an elevator or hang the front axle of the machine. Put a lever, which can be a piece of pipe of sufficient length, between the steering knuckle and the lever near the place of attachment of the ball bearing. Apply force, trying to sort of pull apart the pivot part and the lever. The next method of diagnosis will require the help of a partner. Put your hand on the ball bearing and one of the articulating elements. Ask your partner to shake the wheel. A broken ball joint will show play, which can be easily felt. Some diagnostic methods are only suitable for specific car models. For example, the designers of classic models of VAZ provided a technological hold that allows you to control the degree of wear of the lower support. To check, you need unscrew the plug at the bottom of the ball. Using a caliper gauge, measure the size of the hole. Boundary value should not exceed 11.8 mm. How to remove the ball joint. Ball bearing replacement can turn out to be quite a complicated process if the element has not been removed for a long time and has already managed to stick. A ball bearing puller will be an excellent assistant for repair with your own hands. There are a lot of options for the execution of this device. For example, an attachment with an end in the form of a fork. The puller is laid between the lever and the hub, and then hammered until the ball does not pop out of the seat. The minus of such a design is the risk of damaging the duster. Other options for creating a disconnecting force: use threads. If the ball is stuck enough, and even a large force is not enough to remove, you can hit the place near the attachment of the joint to the knuckle with a hammer. Choosing a puller, pay attention to the size of the latter and the space that is free near the support of your car. A successfully selected ball puller can also be used to remove the steering knuckles. Support with rivets. If your car has never been replaced with a ball bearing, most likely, the attachment points to the lever will be in the form of rivets. In order to remove such a ball bearing, you need to drill out the rivets or cut them off with a bolt cutter. When drilling, be careful not to enlarge the hole in the suspension arm. Sometimes it is difficult to do this without removing the lever. In addition, it will be easier to remove the rivets if the lever is secured in a comfortable position. Tools replacing the ball bearing with their own hands will be considered on the example of Daewoo Sens. The example is quite illustrative, since almost identical suspension structure has Daewoo Nexia, Opel Vectra A, Astra F, Cadet. For repair you will need jack, chocks for wheels, as well as safety chocks for the car, ball puller, screwdriver, drills or a bolt cutter if the ball bearing is riveted, balloon wrench for removing wheels, wrench and head for 17 or 2 wrenches for 17 for unscrewing the bolts fixing the support, pliers for removing the fixing clamp of the upper ball joint mount. The sequence of works necessary for replacement with your own hands: install chocks, jack up the car, securing it with safety chocks, unscrew the wheel, remove the fixing bracket of the upper mounting point, if any. Using a 17 mm wrench, unscrew the nut on the upper ball joint mounting to the steering knuckle. Secure the bolt used to attach the support to the arm with a 17 wrench. Then, using a 17 mm head or a wrench of similar size, unscrew the bolts located at the bottom of the lever. Unscrew all 3 mounting points in this manner. Pull the hub assembly and ball bearing from the seat in the lever. Now you will be able to rotate the knuckle for more convenient work with the puller. Install the puller to pull the ball stud out of the seating cone in the knuckle. Installation: before installing the new ball joint element, make sure the surface of the seating cone is clean. Install in the reverse order of removal. Pay attention to the location of bolts and nuts. In the case of Daewoo Lanos, the head of the bolt is located on top, and the bolt from the bottom of the lever. When buying, we recommend giving preference to products that are completed with nuts with rubber inserts. This design solution prevents spontaneous unscrewing of the nut. If you are not sure of the integrity of the manufacturer of the new ball, remove the dust cover and add grease. You can use solidal or lethal. But do not overdo it, as too much thick grease can lead to tearing of the dust cover, when it is not necessary to change at all. In some cases, replacing ball joints is not necessary because they are repairable. For owners of rare cars, this may be a relevant solution. Keep an eye on the condition of the dust cover. It can be replaced separately, and in some cases even dust covers from old steering knuckles can be used. Suspension devices of the car: ball joint replacement, ball bearing puller, ball bearings on rivets, ball bearing design. In conclusion, changing the ball bearing on your own can be a rewarding and cost-effective task that enhances your vehicle's performance and safety. By accurately diagnosing issues and promptly replacing worn bearings, you can prevent further damage and ensure a smoother ride. Remember to follow the steps carefully and take your time to achieve the best results. With the right tools and a bit of patience, you can successfully tackle this maintenance task and keep your vehicle in top shape. Thank you for watching, and happy repairing.